Test, 1, 2, 3, test, 1, 2, 3. Travis.
I'll be sticking around for this game. I don't hear myself in my headphones, but I do hear a little bit. I hear when I at least say the letter S. I hear a little bit of echo, but I don't hear myself in my own headphones here.
Good, good. Okay. Test, 1, 2, 3, test, 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2, 3, test, 1, 2, 3.
Test 789, test 789.
1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Now I just heard myself say 7, 8, 9. Still can't hear myself in my headphones, but I realize my mic's working. So.
You shouldn't be able to hear yourself.
Oh, okay.
That's the way I have it.
Oh, okay.
I can use more than
Okay.
and then watch when you turn around on the phone and watch. And stand facing the pins. PJBT live stream test. PJBT live stream test. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Watch for you to turn around, and then you should hear the voice at the same time. Because as soon as you turn around, I start talking.
Stacy.
Season 18 in the first PJBT tournament is upon us.
Live from 222 Dutch Lanes Mini Golf and Sewage Treatment Plant.
14-year-old. Hey, I can't wait to see. She might be in there now. You are going to sit there. I can hear it. You are to sit there and take over. Talk as if you're in charge. Hey, you're probably going to miss her. You're Catholic, you can go Saturday. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I like I can forget it.
Okay, Papa. I'll be out this way. Why? There's no what's that? Yeah, but it's why? Bye, see ya. We're leaving. Yep.
See ya.
See ya. We got a trampoline waiting. More important than bowling. Yep. Oh!
She's like side power washing.
taking his stuff out. You're a nice sister letting your sister beat you scratch.
Dude, freaking 192. I finally learned how to ball the other half of the game.
Hey, be proud. Be proud for your sister. Nice to be skinny.
Are you live right now? What is this shot? Show the table, but that was
Probably if I took it full screen, it would. This is what actually what?
I can see the table in this
Yeah.
shot. It's interesting.
12 at the moment. Jocelyn was looking for you. He seems probably on the stand for the first game. 12 feet, a little bit. WBA tour. At least 2 years.
Sent Jenny the pictures of Queen opening her present. She was so excited. She's pulling his stuff out. She just saw the present.
It's gonna sound good on the light.
Are you on now?
These things pick up everything.
Peppa Pig.
Hi. Hey. She find the brother George. Now we have Danny Dog. We have Rebecca Rabbit.
Somebody has to do a parody of Peppa Pig stuff. Like they did on Family Guy.
Dan still has a little bit of her accent. Her old age. How does this thing hold battery?
I don't know, it's plugged in.
Right now it looks pretty low. It's charging really.
This is, are you looking at this thing right here? That's the internet.
Oh, it looks like
That's
the
the
battery
cord.
thing. Okay. Battery thing. Like, I want to get like a $300 one, but I'm gonna try and find one that has the numbers on the side. But I can't get a new one until when they update my one.
Good job today, guys.
Thank you.
Again, as always.
Have a safe trip back to Maryland.
Waiting for one to get done. I'll give her a ride home and work. And I'll probably see you in a couple weeks in New York. If not, I'll see Jen in a couple weeks in New York. I'll just show up unannounced and just hang out.
We'll see somebody in a couple of weeks.
I'll see somebody. I'll see the old lady in a couple of weeks and she'll give me hell. She she had all my criteria figured out and all the people that I need to work with, and she was, you know, she was ready for me to be there.
Good.
I love it. I'm not trying that again. This time I'll fall.
Take my computer and
I don't know if you want to write this down, but I'll give it to you. Why? Do you have a pen?
I do.
Give me a copy of the schedule.
Cholestitis,
Just so you know, let me
Stid,
Let me turn this.
DeFalco, and Brown. DJ Brown are the four you have.
Now we know the top four.
Curtis. Yeah.
That's the only one we have the internet.
Yeah, I have to hook up through an Ethernet connection to the internet. It's right now.
That's why I laid my things down. Just that in this year.
Can't they fix it? Can't they fix it?
I don't know.
Or do something to make it smell better? I don't know. Big ass air freshener?
Because even like if you're raiding here, the bathrooms there always smell really bad.
You had it fixed earlier. Just keep
I don't have any more spray left. I don't have any more perfume left. It worked for about a half an hour. It's really bad in it.
Because I know the first time I ever smelled it down at this end was Jeff's last Pureit toilet, and we were down here, and I was like, yeah, it was bad.
Now that I don't have that over there, I can put this back up on the table. Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
This little box right here.
Yeah.
Lift that back up.
PJBT bowlers and parents, I have the results of our 9-game qualifying round for today's tournament.
Little step. Thanks.
Just a reminder for the scratch division, you will be on 3 and 4 with the gold pins. 5 and 6 will be handicap, which will be the PJBT Brunswick pins. Practice lane will be lane 1 and lane 8. Okay? In the scratch division, your leader at plus 388 is Connor Cholestitis. Second place at plus 359 is Curtis Stid. Third place at plus 350 is Jared DeFalco. And our fourth and final qualifier for the finals at plus 344 is DJ Brown. 344 to make the finals in scratch. Okay, all the following bowlers have earned a scholarship. Please come up to the counter to get your scholarship. Fifth place finisher in scratch, getting a $100 scholarship. Finishing in fifth, I also want to mention during match play, shot 803 goes to Dylan Zimmerman.
If they're over 18, no.
Sixth place finisher, getting an $80 scholarship certificate, goes to Jason Wolfman at plus 314. Seventh place finisher at plus 304, $75 scholarship to Ryan Mitskavich. 8th place finisher, getting a $60 scholarship at plus 288. He also shot 299 during qualifying today. Goes to Nick Diggin. Ninth place finisher, getting a $50 scholarship at plus 273, goes to Isaac Erickson. And our 10th and final cash spot for scratch, a $35 scholarship at plus 270 goes to Joe Staris. 270 was the number. So 344 to make the finals, 270 to cash in scratch. Handicap division. The following 4 are our finalists. Your leader at plus 335 is Kelsey Krieger.
197?
Second place at plus 240 is Ali McGinley.
And I left the 4. With the tag,
Third place at plus 215 is Brienne Hood.
I turned around, I said, of course, now I find out.
And our 4th and final qualifier for the live stream finals at plus 207 is Cole Oberst.
Dylan should have made finals.
207 to make the finals in handicap. Okay, our 5th place finisher in handicap receives a $50 scholarship, and that goes to the bowler at plus 154, Malia Mitskavich.
Long in NASCAR,
Come on up to the counter, Malia.
but not driving.
So in handicap, it was 207 to make the finals, 154 to cash. Okay, if I can have all the finalists and parents report down to 3 through 6 and the surrounding areas to begin the finals.
I read that.
This isn't on.
Yeah, it is.
I muted it.
Where?
All of these are on through one connection.
Just these 4. Just these 4.
No idea what it's at. Did your red light just come on?
None of you are under 18, right? Well, you laugh.
Me, Josh Travis.
Mine.
Go. There's 3 seconds.
Everyone, all right?
It seems that with it being through an Ethernet, there's a whole lot longer delay. And about our voices being heard about a second and a half.
It's going to be 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, and then the winners bowl each other for the title.
can you hear me?
Also, only seti area for bowlers, which would be this first set.
Try again.
Parents, you're
Tommy,
welcome to
can
take
you
the
hear
back
me?
line. Just be
Very
aware
lightly.
you can't stand in front of the white area. That's where the camera is. Seeing
Talk
it.
again.
Okay?
I'm talking again.
Any other questions? Anybody
I can hear you better off the headset than I can in the headset. So.
Okay, perfect.
I can hear both of you
So, first matches.
outside of the head. Actually, when you two guys are talking, I can hear you. I can't hear myself in my headset, but that doesn't matter. We already saw that with this
Yeah,
headset.
we
so.
know what you sound like.
Yeah, I know what I sound like too. so.
Okay.
The other two can go practice if you want. Okay?
Shall we begin?
When you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what you are about to witness, you should not try on your own. Please leave it to our professionals. With that, I don't mean the bowling, I mean the commentating here. Welcome to season 18 of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. To my left, not that you can see, Travis, Boom Boom, Sparks. Travis, say hi.
Hello, folks. How are you?
That was pretty good, Travis. Also to my left, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Skip Moyer. Skip, how are you today?
I'm just sitting here trying to figure out why Matt doesn't know how to spell, but I guess that's a subject for another day.
And for those of you that may not know, I am the one, the only, the one your mother warns you about, PA Fats.
My mother didn't warn me about you.
No, mine didn't either.
So maybe they should have. I am going to turn most of the microphone over to this game to Skip and Boom Boom. We do have the chat line up on the PJBT page on YouTube. I will be manning that the first game. I will be doing very little talking. So, gentlemen, please take over.
Well, Travis, I'd love to sit here and talk about the pattern, but nobody else knows it, so they're not going to find out about it yet.
I don't know it either. I haven't asked about it yet either, so. And I'm going to be taking off after this game, so I'm going to have to tune in and find out with the rest of the world what it was after the fact, or just wait for the article to be posted next week on PJBTBowlingSeries.com, too.
You mean my guess wasn't correct? The 2016 best Saturday afternoon pattern?
No, I think all those 260 games sort of ruled that out.
And I know my guess wasn't even correct after I typed it, the 1987 Seattle Open.
A fine choice, by the way. Well, as we're getting the names in the computer here, we're going to go over our bowlers here.
By the way, the format for the finals for this tournament is a little bit different than our normal step ladder. We have 4 qualifying. In match 1, the leader will be bowling the 4th place person in both the scratch and handicap. In match 2, we will have the 2nd bowling the 3rd. And in match 3, obviously the winners of the first 2 matches will be bowling for the $300 top prize today.
$1,850 in scholarships altogether, top 10 in scratch because we had 69 bowlers in scratch, and top 5 in handicap. We had 39 in handicap, so top 5 earned scholarships in the handicap division. 3rd and 4th place will get equal amounts. So the loser of this match, loser of next match will get 3rd/4th place. Total pins will be the tiebreaker to see who gets the extra 5 points in the standings. And we are, and this is the first time we are doing this, I believe, outside of championship weekend. We're using gold pins in the final.
Yes. Gold pins are on the scratch pair, and on the handicap pair is the new PJBT pins, which, by the way, are for sale. $10 each, or $5 if you would like me to autograph them. Or are they $20 each?
Talking about the pins?
Yes.
Pins are $20.
$20 each, $10 if you want me to autograph them.
Yes. On top of the pin.
Oh no, I thought it decreases the value of the pin with my autograph.
I'd make them pay for it.
What else do we have for sale now with the PJBT logo still?
Oh, we got everything. We got T-shirts, backpacks, T-shirts from 20 years ago. Whatever Donald finds in the basement, that's all for sale. For 3 easy payments of $37.95.
That's not bad.
Now we do have our T-shirts on sale. Something new we did this year. We have teal, pink, and lime green. Right now we only have the teal colors. The pink and the lime green ones will be along next week.
And we do need special orders beyond 2X. Let Josh know. I think the 2Xs are out. I think we're just XLs. And I say that simply because all 3 of us need at least 2XL.
Yeah, at least I do.
I can get it 2 yet.
I can't. Maybe if I cut the sides. By the way, who's bowling in these first matches that they're warming up for?
We're not really sure. We're just sitting here watching. Just to give you a quick rundown of the field here. Our first matches here on 3, 4, 5, and 6. The number 1 seed is Connor Kolositis. He is bowling the 4 seed DJ Brown. That match on 3 and 4. Lanes 5 and 6, we have the 1 seed Kelsey Krieger against the number 4 seed Cole Oberst. And then in our second match, it will be number 2 seed Curtis Stidd against number 3 seed Jarrett DeFalco, and Allie McGinley taking on Brianne Hood over on the handicap side.
So out of the folks in the scratch division, Connor and Jarrett both come from Northern Virginia. Curtis is from Elizabethtown and DJ from Chambersburg. And I at least know where 3 out of the 4 of the handicap side are from. Brianne is from Carlisle. Cole is from Dallas up by Wilkes-Barre. Kelsey, if I remember seeing on her bio sheet correctly, is from Greensburg out by the Pittsburgh area. Allie, I believe, is from suburban Philly. Don't quote me on that.
We'll have to get our stat team on that.
We'll have to get the bio sheets, yes.
We really pride ourselves on being prepared for all this information.
Absolutely. Hey, I tell you what, that's more than we've ever known.
That's true.
Option goes to the higher seed, and it looks like Connor will start on the scratch side.
Okay, bowlers and parents, we are about to begin the finals for our first major of season 18. The first matches will be seeds 1 and 4 will be bowling. The second match today will be seeds 2 and 3. And the winners of each match will then bowl each other for the title. On the scratch side, our top seed, Connor Kolositis, will be bowling 4th seed, DJ Brown. And on the handicap side, our top seed, Kelsey Krieger, will be bowling 4th seed, Cole Oberst. Both of our top seeds have elected to begin the match. Let's have a nice hand for our first game of the final.
Kelsey will be getting 66 pins on the handicap side. She'll be up first.
Good shot, first shot there by Kelsey, just leaving the 10 pin.
With the gold pins, they are 3 ounces heavier than the normal regulation pins. These were the same pins that were used back in the PBA right around 1998, 1999, 2000, the years that the Pro Tour was on CBS after the 36-year run on ABC had concluded. And it was one of the different things that they tried out in the PBA in the late 90s. We've kept them here in the PJBT, and the kids, they not only like the challenge of the heavier pins, but also the different lane conditions as well. Spare for Kolositis, a miss for Krieger. Here's DJ Brown, scratch side. DJ probably the most veteran of this group. participating, I'm going to guess a good 7-8 years, and is still seeking his first title. He's competed in scratch division pretty much his entire career.
I think Travis is just a built-in stat man.
That's why I'm just sitting back and letting him talk.
Open and a strike for Oberst. Krieger up in her second frame. There's a 3-pin. Brown converted his spare in the first frame. He had a good shot for a strike there.
As I'm looking at my headset here, I just found out what the mute button is, so I got to make sure I don't push that.
There is brand new headsets that we have here. We're not all working off the same microphone.
Yes, we got brand new headsets, brand new computer, brand new Elgato video game capture. But the same old announce team.
Another 10-pin for Colasidis.
I'd like to thank the 28 people that are viewing right now. Please tell your friends. YouTube, search PJBT Bowling Series.
And they will be archived as well.
Yes.
So if you enjoyed hearing us that much, you can go on anytime and listen to the three of us talk.
I just might do that later.
Sorry to disappoint, but I will not be there next week. We are at Palmyra Bowling Center next week in Lebanon County.
Don't feel bad, Travis. I won't be there either.
Okay.
I need a week off after all this.
Lucky for everybody out in YouTube world, the Fat Man will be there next week. I'm sure I could find somebody to commentate with me. If worst comes to worst, I could always get PA Skinny to help.
Now, I don't know PA Skinny. Would that be your son?
The non-genetically proven one, yes.
Ah, yes.
There are a couple sons from what I hear. Some are, not all of them are confirmed though. Colasidis leaving the 258 on lane number 3.
Oberst gets one out of the split.
Definitely a different environment here for these bowlers. The two championship pairs here, 3, 4, 5, and 6, have been re-oiled. So they are not bowling on any type of a burned up pattern. This is all going back to game 1.
Better shot for Oberst. He's trailing scratch. He's giving 66 pins. He was trailing by 4 through 3. Now Oberst has 2 strikes on the left lane. DJ Brown goes high, leaves 10 pin, almost left a high 410. Spare for Brown. He's got 40 and a spare going into frame number 4, the top of the 4th. Colasidis with 37. Spare for Kelsey. She's got 37 and a spare, and Cole Oberst 33 and a strike, but 66 pins once again is the handicap difference. Brown potentially with an open here. Jersey strike for Krieger gives her 57 and a strike after her part of the 5th.
Good effort there by DJ on lane number 3. Almost had the pin jump out the back there and put the 10 pin. DJ currently with 66 in the 4th frame. Connor with 37 in the 3rd.
You're going by max score. You go by that system of scoring. Colasidis is up by 1. Oberst trying for a turkey. Gets a 7 pin out. Moves to 3-6-10. That would be 3 straight. Excuse me, 2 straight 10 pins and 3 out of 4 10 pins for Colasidis.
I'm going to bet he's not happy bowling on heavier pins.
Probably not. Connor with the spare there in the 4th frame.
Strike for Kelsey Krieger. That's a double for her. And if you include handicap, she's got 123 and a double into the 7th. Trying to go light. Leaves the 2-8 for Colasidis. Makeable spare for Krieger, 1-2-4.
Very important today, Travis, on this pattern. Leave something you can make.
Again, this was a mystery pattern, not publicized ahead of time.
We are doing that, by the way, because for those of you that go out to Junior Gold, that's what Junior Gold is doing now. So we wanted to try it 3 times this year to get everybody used to it.
Something the USBC National Tournament has adopted also. We will not know the pattern for Nationals either.
Krieger made her spare. Now Oberst with a washout. DJ Brown gets the carry, his 2nd strike of the match. Gives him a 32-pin lead. Out of 4 for Oberst. He's got 95 with a max score of 185, so he needs help at this point.
Yeah, that match will be shut out probably after the next frame.
And now we're seeing both bowlers in the scratch match having trouble on lane 3. That's the last 2 shots by Colasidis didn't come back, and DJ shot there missed the head pin altogether. He'll have a 22-pin lead if he converts the spare.
Watching qualifying today, definitely on fresh as to be expected. They played tight. You couldn't miss your mark right. You were not getting rewarded.
We had 1 honor score earlier in the scratch division, 299, and then we had another one afterwards with the 803 that was shot by Dylan Zimmerman on the burn during match play.
Nick Diggin of Governor Mifflin Brad shot 299. Game 3 or game 4 of qualifying.
Yeah, the 12. I happened to be behind him when he was watching his 12th shot, and went a touch high, had the 6-8, the 6 knocked down, but did not go into the 8. So he left the 8 pin for the 299, and a few moments earlier, Brian Kennedy had the front 10 and left a 4 pin for 289.
Nick's been bowling really good lately. He bowls with Mike Kidd up at Berks Lanes. the Scholarship League on Monday nights. They're in first place with 1 week to go. 3 games ahead of their second place competition. Not that anybody needed to know that.
Bad break for Kolosaitis. He tried for the 3, 6, 9, 10. Could not get the 6 to take out either with the 9 or the 10. So he's going through his equipment. He's fishing for fishing for a line here as Kelsey Krieger has clinched her match already. She's got 141 in the 9th and a 66 pin handicap differential. Gave her 207 already before she rolls the 10th frame. Oberst, that's a double for him. His second double of the match, but he does not have any spares. We'll finish the match here on lane 5. Meanwhile, Kolosaitis in his half of the 7th frame. And the bad luck on the left lane continues for him. We get 210. 10 pin off spot there for Oberst. Scoring did not pick it up. That making the change. Kolosaitis gets the 1, so he's got 81 in the 7th. And max score of 171. Meanwhile, DJ Brown 86 in the spare in the 7th. He still has a possibility for 226. He's got a, as of now, a 55 pin lead. Nice spare conversion by Oberst. Now it's striker 10 pin on the right lane.
Only 2 strikes so far on this scratch pair. These lanes 3 and 4 here are really giving trouble to these 2 bowlers. .105 and a spare now for DJ Brown out of Chambersburg. So the max of 215. He still has 44 pin lead. Winner of this match takes on either Jared DeFalco or Curtis Stidd in the final for the $300 top scholarship prize. Better shot by Brown that time. His pocket leaves a 10 pin. .124 and a spare now for Brown. Kolosaitis still has a chance here. He's making another ball change. He's going back to the one he used earlier. Meanwhile, the handicap match is completed. 227, 162 is the final score, with Kelsey Krieger defeating Cole Oberst. Kolosaitis can't buy a break on this right lane even if he waved a 20 at it. He's just getting nothing over here. Brown's lead is still 43.
Kolosides does not strike here, then DJ Brown can go up in the 9th frame, get a mark, and clinch the victory. Spot in the final. Finally got a break. Got the spare there. It's a 97 and a spare. DJ just needs 7 on this ball to clinch the first match. That's all he needed. That's a winner. He's got 148, even if he doesn't show up the rest of the way. So smart thinking by DJ now to get some of the rest of your equipment out and see what you can find for later on. Because there won't be much carry down with just 2 bowlers in the next match and then ahead of your final match here.
So while we have some time as we finish off the scratch match and then we wait for the next match to start, let's go over some upcoming events here on the PJBT Tour.
Well, Jason, as we stated earlier, next week we are at Palmyra Bowling Center. That is next Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Following weekend after that, which is Labor Day weekend, we are down at Howell Lanes in Howell, New Jersey for the Parker Bowden III Scholarship Weekend. Friday night we have a little side pot tournament, doubles event I believe. And then the Parker Bowden Youth Scholarship Tournament is on Saturday, that's all day. And then the PJBT will have our regular season event the very next day, Sunday, September 4th at Howell Lanes.
Is that on a house shot or is that a challenge?
That is a house shot. The PJBT event is a house shot, the Parker Bowden not so much. Final shots here on 3 and 4. DJ Brown with the spare finishes up with 181.
Also, while we have the schedule out, remind our fellow viewers when the first Junior Gold qualifying tournament is.
The first Junior Gold qualifier is Sunday, September the 11th. That is at Leisure Lanes at 9 a.m. That will be on a pattern we don't know yet. We haven't figured out the Junior Gold pattern yet for that.
Actually, we do have them. They are up on. We have them in our hands.
See, that's our stat team.
Yes. Boom Boom is leaving us now, and we are actually going to have a special guest coming into the booth with us, Skip.
Say it ain't so.
It ain't so. But anyway, the first pattern for Junior Gold is Melbourne.
Yes. Sunday, September the 11th at Leisure, 9 a.m. on WTVA Melbourne. And then our next Junior Gold will actually be down at the Danny Weisman tournament. We will be having a Junior Gold tournament the Sunday after. The Sunday of the finals, after the finals have been complete. Right around, we'd say 3 p.m., and that will be on the Soul pattern. Down at Country Club Lanes in Maryland.
Skip, do I have a treat for you? By the way, Connor shot 147 that game to DJ's 181, so DJ will be moving on to the finals. Skip, I have a treat for you today.
I like treats.
I have a treat. For those of you who are watching the live stream right now, we're going to go back to Matt for a second.
Okay.
Okay, bowlers, that concludes our first semifinals. Finishing in the third, fourth position in scratch, receiving a $125 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Connor Kolositis. For the result of our first handicap semifinal, finishing in third, fourth place, receiving a $100 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Cole Oberst. Okay, that concludes our first semifinal. On to semifinal number 2, our second and third seeds.
Before I announce who's joining us in the broadcast booth, I want everybody who's watching the live stream now to quickly message all your friends to join us now, because you do not want to miss who's joining us in the booth.
Is there seriously anything else? Wrestling doesn't start till 8 o'clock, so what else could they be doing but watching us?
That's true. Hi, Stacy. Stacy got Skip Ware's water. Not for the rest of us, though. Well, anyway, absolutely, I will take a.
Do you want to water, Brittany?
Hey, I think Stacy just kind of let the cat out of the bag. Who's joining us in the booth?
You weren't kidding. You weren't kidding when you said special guest.
Yes, we have a living legend with us right now. I have no idea how this person does what she does.
We're not paying her by the hour, are we?
No.
Okay, good.
And I don't mean by the fact that she bowls on the Women's Professional Bowlers Tour. I mean the fact that she's just married to Matt.
Plus 2 kids.
Yeah, well,
Sounds like having 3 kids.
yes. Thank you, Stacy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the one, the only, Brittany Himmelreich. Brittany, how are you today?
I am very good. How are you?
Well, I'm all right.
Could be better. Right?
Brittany, why don't you tell us about the women's tour while we're watching these 4 fantastic bowlers warm up?
Well, the tour was very fun this year, I must say. We started on the West Coast in California and Las Vegas. Who doesn't want to go to Vegas? We worked our way east. Our closest one was in Rochester, which was nice because I got to drive and not fly. And then we ended in Florida, I believe.
And then Chicago.
Oh yeah, then the Open. That was major.
Yes. And how did you do this year? You had a couple cashes, right?
Yes, the second half of the year was definitely better for me. I worked on some things throughout the season, and they all came together towards the end. So always practicing.
A very good word of advice for our young ones at home watching right now.
Yes, that was definitely an astute observation. Practice, practice, practice.
So you can always be a student of the game.
And when you're done practicing, you know what you do? You practice some more.
That's correct.
And then after you're done practicing some more, I don't know what to tell you.
You go home and do your homework.
That's true.
Whether you watch yourself on video or you do actually your spelling work for school, which I know a lot of you kiddies are starting school.
Hey, I don't have to do that.
Let's see here. In the handicap division, it looks as if the number 2 seed, Allie McGinley, is giving the number 3 seed, Brianne Hood, 42 pins. in this competition. And obviously in the scratch division, there is no pins given. I had to go to broadcast bowling school to be able to tell.
That was very good.
Thank you.
I hope you didn't pay for that class.
It was sponsored by the Trump Foundation.
I'm glad to see you're making bowling great again.
Thank you. Thank you.
I make an observation here about this bowling in the finals?
Yes.
There's a couple things I learned on tour, and I'd like to share with you if you haven't known already. It seems as though during qualifying,
Okay, bowlers and
it
parents
opened
for our
up
second
a lot
semifinal.
faster
We have
than it is
number
here. Of course,
2C,
there is
Curtis
less amount of
State
bowlers.
versus number 3C,
But
Jared
you
DeFalco.
can see online
Curtis has elected to have Jared
some of these bowlers
restart
are having
the match
trouble
on lane
getting
3.
to
And for
pocket.
handicap, our second
So
seed,
what
Allie
I've learned
McKinley
is
versus
that every
third
time a
seed,
pattern is
Brianne
put
Hood.
down,
Allie has elected
it gets
to start,
tighter,
and Brianne gets the
meaning it
handicap
doesn't
of
hook as
42.
much as it
Let's have a nice
would
hand for our second
when it's put down the
semifinal.
first time. So it never plays exactly the same. Would you concur with my observation?
I would definitely agree with that, and I would also say that it doesn't appear that Brittany really cares to be quiet when Matt's talking.
I know.
She just
You
kind of went.
can hear him over me. Come on.
We already know what he sounds like, so what's the difference?
DeFalco starting on the left lane, and McGinley starting on the left lane on the handicap side. DeFalco with a strike. McGinley leaves the easily makeable 2-pin. By the way, for those of you that may have bowled today and who are now joining us, the two people in the commentating booth with me are the ones that picked the pattern for today's tournament,
Yes, we did.
which we will not be releasing yet. We will at the end of the tournament.
It is somewhere between 1 foot long and 60 foot long.
With nothing in between.
That should narrow it down a little bit.
It's a good shot by Curtis there.
Taking nothing away from the bowlers in our first match, but I'm already more entertained in this match than I was the whole last match.
Is that because of who's in the commentating booth?
Absolutely.
Yes. Nothing against Boom Boom. We love you, Boom Boom.
Stid and DeFalco both starting off with strikes on 3 and 4.
I think they've already beat the scores of the other people in the first match.
They have.
Yes.
Curtis Stid coming up a little high, leading to 3-6-10 on lane 3. Both bowlers having it open over the handicap side. Brianne Hood now up on lane 5 for her second frame. Brianne leaving the 8-pin. Curtis Stid leading up this 3-6-10.
That would be the 9-pin skip.
Right church, wrong pew. That's running a slump dance.
Well, of course. Who would not write Skip Moyer a love note?
I know I'd write me a love note.
I'm sure you do. By the way, Brianne just missed that 9-pin. If she left the 8-pin, she would have made it.
A pesky 8-pin.
Maybe. By the way, there was an abnormal amount of solid 8s for righties and solid 9s today for lefties. This being at 222 Dutch in beautiful Ephrata, Pennsylvania. This center is known to hook a little bit more than other bowling centers will. And this pattern did break down relatively quickly. Saw a lot of people switching to their curl stuff rather early in the event, and some were even throwing urethane.
I even saw a few go back out to the car after the first game. Got a couple more balls.
Yes. Or the parents of the bowlers went out to the car. One Mr. Rob Jennings, who I'm sure is joining us.
If he's not, he should be.
Yes. Allie shooting, looked as if it was the 5-9 she made up, and Mr. DeFalco opens up with the front 3.
You didn't look like you liked that one too much.
Usually those are the ones you strike at.
Usually. He has to hire a referee to get it back from there, so.
Another astute observation by the professional.
I knew we brought her over here for a reason.
Yes, we have to think of a nickname for her.
I got nothing.
That's not your job.
So
Curtis did. Go ahead. I'm
I was
sorry.
just gonna say it seems like the scratch pair is starting to open up just a little bit. Curtis seemed like he left that one a little outside. Came back.
I think our scratch bowlers were watching the first match, kind of getting an idea of what they needed to do.
Yes.
Maybe coming here with a little more surface.
Dare I say, Brittany's commentating, not quite yet up to the form of one Nelson Burton Jr., but she's definitely Mike Durbin-esque. For those of you in the past who might know who Mike Durbin is. And I just got the look of death.
Sounds familiar, but
Yes.
We did gain 5 viewers since she came aboard.
Yeah, yes, we did. Maybe just you and I need to be quiet and let her talk, and we'll probably be up to 14,000 viewers in no time.
Allie picking up her spare. Spares are very important, I must say.
Falco with the front four. Looks like he didn't like that one either.
Not too much.
No.
Maybe he's got some area out there.
Could be.
It's always very good to have.
Allie leaving the baby split, the 310. And she chops the spare. She has 75 after 5. Brianne Hood with her handicap right now is at 78 after 4. DeFalco with the front 5.
It was a good shot.
Looked like he liked that one.
Yeah, he did. He kind of posted that one.
Yes. Brianne Hood with the stone 10 on 6. She ripped the rack. Looks like Mr. Stitt has lane 4 now.
Who would have thought Curtis didn't need the strike there in the 5th just to stay close?
Yeah.
These are definitely two high rev rate players.
I think he bowled in the wrong match. Maybe he should have opened 1 or 2 more times in match play. He would have been the 4 seed. Oh! Gets the carry for a double. That was definitely some Skip Moyer carry going on there.
Curtis Stitt on pace right now for 260. Jarrett, first 5, looking for 6 in a row.
Let's see what Brienne's open in the 5th. That gives her a 31-pin lead, and she's trying to convert the 2-4-5 spare here. And she chops 2-4 off of 5.
That's always a tough spare. It's one of those spares where you're unsure of whether to throw your strike ball or throw straight at it with your spare ball.
And what do you normally do, Miss Gilroy?
I would normally throw my spare ball if it didn't have the 8-pin. If it has the 8-pin, I would throw my strike pin ball at it.
By the way, as we were talking, Mr. DeFalco stole that 8-pin.
That was the 8-pin I was talking about earlier.
Yes.
Jarrett giving the Durr shout out.
Brittany, by the way, your brother is tuning in with us.
Hello there, Brendan.
He only commentated my dad, by the way. He didn't say anything about. He must feel sorry for me.
It's that brotherly love
Yes.
of his. I still love him though.
But he pays you a monthly fee. Billy DeFalco is up 19 at the moment. And another spare for Allie. That gives her 92 to spare in the 7th.
Can't get the kicker. Can't get that pin to spin to hit it.
With the spare, DeFalco will still be up. And a late falling 9-pin for Brienne gives her a strike in the 7th. Brienne finds herself down by 19 scratch, and she's up by about 23 to her handicap. Brienne right up on the lane. Misses a little left, leaves herself the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, the 6, and the 10. Curtis looking to capitalize on his double. Big shot for Curtis here in the 7th. Solid team. That looked like a really good shot.
That was a good shot. You like that one?
Brienne opening up in the 8th with her handicap. She has 139. At the moment, she's up by 27 points.
That's very good math skills.
Thank you, Brittany. That's about one of the only things I'm good at. Allie goes a little high, crosses over, leaves a 6-pin. Curtis comes up a little light. Looked like he didn't quite hit that ball all the way. Leaves a 2-8. Allie with a spare. She cuts the match down to 8 pins with that spare.
Yeah.
It's tightening up. People over here are writing notes to each other. Allie goes pocket, leaves a 4-pin. In the 9th frame, that is a 9-pin match. Anybody's game here. On the scratch side, we have Mr. DeFalco up by 29 pins. Working on a spare. Week 10.
That 6-pin just not getting the kick on that 10.
Looked like he came in a little bit behind the head pin from my angle. It seemed like he liked it. See what he doesn't like in the strikes.
It always seems to happen that way.
By the way, Allie made her spare on the handicap side. That is a 9-pin match. Let's see what Brienne could do.
The match is going to come down to the 10th frame, and so is this scratch when it seems.
It's getting closer.
On the scratch side through 8 frames, Jared DeFalco has a 30-pin lead. On the handicap side, Brienne leaves herself a 6-10. See if she can pick that up. If she picks it up, she maintains her 9-pin lead.
It's close.
She just misses to the right. Now, she finds herself down by 3 pins coming into the 10th.
Brienne Hood cannot shut out Allie McGinley either.
motion here. DeFalco rips the rack in the ninth. He maintains his 30-play advantage. Curtis strikes out. He can go out for 227, which would force DeFalco to mark in the 10th.
That was outside.
And that's pretty much going to seal off that match. The handicap side,
Brienne makes her spare.
she could strike for 167 with her handicap, which would force a mark and good count. Now, and unfortunately, Brienne puts it in the gutter, shoots 157. So Allie now only needs 9 pins on her first ball. Allie quickly up, and she strikes to seal off that match.
That's a good shot by Allie there.
Yes. Over here, this match also has been shut out with Curtis Stidd opening in the 9th. He goes spare strike in the 10th for 193. DeFalco already at 207 going into the 10th.
The final here, Jared's got to figure out that right lane. Get the ball to go through the pins. Get that 10 pin out of there.
So Brittany, can you stay with us for the next match?
Of course.
You don't have children, the 3 of them to attend to?
No, the 2 youngest ones, they are with Mama and Papa right now. Probably jumping on the bouncy house.
Or jumping in muddy puddles.
Or that too. Or feeding Bailey something he's not supposed to have.
There we go. So to recap the semifinal match, Jared DeFalco on the scratch side defeats Curtis Stidd 225 to 193, and on the handicap side, Allie McGinley defeats
Sunday
Brienne
night, thanks
Hood
for get started down here. You guys are 9
168 to
days up. We'll
157.
start you guys on time. You'll be finally down to give you your checks. Sunday night mix, that's going to be starting up. Everybody
Got a
can
little
go
house
down to
announcements
lanes,
going on right now, so
33 and 34.
I think
We'll
they're
be down there
starting
to
one
talk
of
to
their
you,
leads.
okay?
yes,
Sound like?
yes.
Okay, bowlers and parents, that concludes our second semifinal for the first major of the PJBT season. Finishing in 3rd, 4th place in the scratch division. Also receiving a $125 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Curtis Stidd. And also in the handicap division, our 3rd, 4th place finisher in this match, getting a $100 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Brienne Hood. Okay, we are on to our title matches for the first major of the season.
All right, so the finalists are going to do some warming up for a couple minutes on 3 and 4 and 5 and 6.
I would like to say this year, starting this year, Matt decided to change up the awards a little bit. For the regular season event, still has the acrylic plaques for first place. The majors still have the glass bowling pin. But 2nd through 5th has the called opties. It's a 3 inches tall bowling background instead of these big black boards. I don't know what they were called. Plaques.
Is that going to be the same way for the non-major tournaments?
Yes.
Which is a good thing because in my house I'm running out of space. There's literally no room in my. I have to start building bookshelves to house my non-genetically proving kids' trophies.
I should just tell him to win more. They're a little bit smaller, actually.
I would love if he would win more, but maybe if he would get professional coaching. Although his coach is pretty good. I will say that his coach for a day helped out somebody who bowls on the professional tour, and that person, the first game with me just standing there, she shot 300. I don't remember who that was, but
I have no idea.
yes. I think her name was Brittany. I'm not quite sure. Up at Strike Zone in beautiful Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you're giving me too much credit here. You did have some good help, though. Miss Marianne DeRucco, though, right?
Yes. So sitting in, Skip Moyer just left us for a minute or two until the championship match starts. Sitting in is the one and the only PA Skinny
I am skinny.
and ugly.
No, that's you.
Definitely take after your mother, whoever she is.
He's Draco Malfoy.
Yes. Yes, we are talking about Daniel's son here. Daniel, as a bowler today, why don't you tell us what you saw here with the pattern, whatever it is, because we just still don't know what the pattern is.
Played a little difficult the first game, but then it got like really, really easy. It was just a matter of who could carry.
Oh, that explains why you didn't make the top 4, because...
Yes, because I was only 170 over for 9.
Well, that's also with...
60 bonus points.
Yes, so you were 110 over for 9, which puts you at about
212 and a half.
Yes. Very good.
212 and a 6, actually.
Obviously, you looked that up on your calculator earlier.
No, I did not. I just figured that out. You
do not have your father's mathematical brain.
Yes, I do. I just don't show it.
Would you say the house shot came up a little bit through this pattern?
Huh?
Would you say the house shot came up a little bit through this pattern?
Maybe. It played relatively like a house shot, just as long as you didn't get outside of 5.
That happens sometimes.
I mean, you just kind of stood left and right. There was plenty of hold. I mean, that would explain why our top 4 were all over 300 over.
That's true.
340 something over was 4th.
I'm going to mute this just for a second. Okay, we're back. Just had to do some official secretive PJBT stuff here.
Wasn't very secretive.
Although I still heard you through the headset.
Yes, no, the headsets were still on. The volume going out to the YouTube world was...
My electronic education only stems so far.
Okay, we are going to shortly go down to tournament director and grand poobah of the PJBT, Matt, for introductions for the finals.
Okay, it is time for the title match of the first major of the PJBT 18th season in the scratch division. The 3 and 4 seeds are remaining. The number 3 seed Jared DeFalco will take on number 4 seed PJ Brown for the title. In handicap rather, we have the 1st and 2nd seeds, Kelsey Krieger and Allie McKinley. Kelsey getting the 42 pins handicap difference, okay? Both high seeds have chosen to start. The winners will take home a $300 scholarship
Let me
and the
just
title.
say-
Let's have a nice hand, spectators, for our title match for today's event.
Well, they only for me.
Just because you're on that can still hear you.
All right, and we are here for the finals. Skip Moyer is going to be coming back in the booth next week. I do believe that PA Skinny may be doing some commentating with me from Elmira, unless if he makes the finals, which let's hope he makes the finals. If not, he'll be in the booth with me. He's got to learn to start doing this because he goes to college. He'll be going for broadcasting.
Okay.
All right, well, I've been told by Skip Moyer to keep PA Skinny here for a little bit. So, to open up the match, Mr. DeFalco leaves, was that the 7 or the 4?
7.
That was the 7 pin and he made it. Kelsey, who is getting, it looks like, 42 pins, she went 6-2, and Allie Stone's a 10 pin in the first. Predictions, ladies and gentlemen? Brittany?
Jarrett looked pretty wide up there in that semifinal, but DJ, he throws it pretty hard and straight, so sometimes straighter and straighter. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. And on the handicap side?
I'm not too sure. I did like Kelsey's game, the last semifinal, the first one. I think I'm going to take her.
Okay.
Not to pick sides.
Daniel, prediction?
I'm going to go with Jared DelFalco and Scratch. I like his line a lot more during the semis. I think he's a better chance to carry on these gold pins. And on the handicap side, I didn't really watch either match. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, just to be different, I'm going to go with DJ Brown to pick up his first tournament title here. And on the handicap side, I'm going to count on Kelsey not quite bowling quite as good as she did in the semifinals. And I'm going to say Allie's might even go a little bit better. And I think Allie's going to pick it up. And that did not help my prediction. Missing the 6 pin there.
Stop jinxing people.
And over here, Mr. Brown leaving. The 10 pin didn't help. I do like Jarrett's ability to possibly carry better on these heavier gold pins. But let's see if Mr. DeFalco could break his curse of not bowling good on title matches or on TV or broadcasting in general. Let's see here. Allie has 28 after 2 on the handicap side, and Kelsey left herself the 1, the 3, and the 9. Again, she is getting 42 pins. And she converts the spare. So that match is essentially the even scratch. 2 frames.
Jared's up on lane 4 here.
Ooh, trips the 4-7.
Threw his hands up on that one.
All right, we're going to get Skip Moyer back. Thank you, PA Skinny. Like I said, next week, if he doesn't make the finals, he's going to be helping out in the broadcast booth. He is going to practice all week.
Yes, I don't think I will be there next week as well.
We just don't like Palmyra.
Apparently not.
That's what it sounds like.
I may be bowling a ladies' event nearby. We shall see.
You qualify for those things. They allow professional women to bowl in the ladies.
Yes,
Where would this be at?
it is in Delaware.
Okay.
So Ladies Scratch Challenge, it's called.
Looked like DelFalco left that last one quite far out the window.
Just a little bit. Or as I like to say, just a bit outside.
Yes. Actually, I saw this leave the other day with the 10 pin as well.
That's
Let's see.
interesting.
Let's see if DeFalco can do this. And he does. Allie on lane 6. Mr. this is the 1, the 2-4. She has 35 through 3, 36 through 3. Kelsey has 35 through 3 scratch, 77 with her handicap. So she has a comfortable 41 pin lead through 3 frames.
Anything can happen though.
Yes. DJ also leaving 10. Looks like he's going to have to adjust a little bit. Brittany, being a professional, I know you guys, don't bowl on heavier pins, but what do you think he needs to do to carry through and stop leaving 10 pins with these heavier pins? Any idea?
I would say the ball he has in his hands right now, I mean, it's hard to want to switch balls to give him the pocket. What I would do is maybe just move a pinch right, not much, just to maybe try and get the ball to go through the pins a little bit more. Or maybe you can even back on the approach to get the ball to read a little earlier to get to the pins. It just seems like it's deflecting a little bit.
As in that shot. Back in my day of bowling,
You just throw it hard.
around, it was like right after the Civil War ended. This place actually used to use heavier pins than most other places. And you found to carry here, you would have to go, just as you were saying, a little bit more high flush. The regular pocket shot, you left considerably more 10 pins than at other bowling centers, but high flush would work here. By the way, DJ made both 10 pins over on the handicap side. Both ladies open in the 4th, and Allie still has a 1 pin lead scratch, but is trailing by 41 pins handicap-wise. DeFalco up in the 4th. His 5 count did not hurt him because he was on a strike. And he too, he leaves the 6 pin. Must have crossed over high. Kelsey went left the difficult 1, 3, 6, 8, 10. DeFalco makes a spare.
See how she attacks the spare.
She gets 4 on the 5, leaving the 8 pin.
Seems like the typical leave when you're a right-handed bowler going that necessarily. It's hard to get that 8 pin.
Yes, especially for somebody who doesn't hit the ball. DeFalco on the 5th. He is up by 2 at this point.
That was an excellent shot. It was good off his hand.
Big shot there. He needed that to get a little bit of momentum.
Let's see if DJ can make an adjustment. Carry out that 10 pin on the shot.
I was just told I was a little soft on the right approach.
Well, you do have a soft nose.
I'm not loud like Matt is.
No. That's exactly what Mr. Brown did. High flush.
Sometimes that just carries better.
Yes. And Allie converts to 2-4-5. She has 65 in the 6 with the spare. Kelsey at 53 in the 5th, shooting her 68. She strikes.
That was a really good shot.
DJ looking to double. He misses a little right and leaves the bucket.
This is the bucket I would shoot with my strike ball, just because of the 8 pin. Spare balls have a tendency to deflect unless you throw it really hard.
Which apparently then you don't.
I do not. I am of short stature, therefore I do not get much leverage behind the ball.
But you have a rev rate that is pretty good for a lady.
Thank you.
DJ misses the bucket. He used the 5-pin. He has 105 in the sixth. And Kelsey makes her spare. She has 73 in the seventh with a spare. 115 with her handicap. She is up by 30 pins over Allie, who's up quickly. Allie definitely does not take her time. She leaves the 4-5 split. DeFalco looking to put the pressure on with a double. He's going to use the baby split.
Any combination of a 3-pin on a sport pattern, sometimes you just want to hit the reset button. Seems like that's one of the hardest spares to make when it's not the 3-pin itself, but any combination with the 3-pin, 3-6, 3-10. I've seen a lot of chopped spares with the combination 3-pin.
Skip, it sounds like Brittany, we know what Brittany will be practicing over the summertime at sport patterns.
I can tell.
For next season.
And 10 pins.
By the way, Mr. DeFalco must have heard your advice. He made the spare.
Yes. Spares are very good. They can make the difference.
Allie missed her split conversion, and she flagged the next shot, leaving the 1-2-4.
Oh, that was left off her hand.
Yes, she has 99 in the eighth. It's not looking too good for Allie.
There's those gold pins. That worked.
Shaker 10 for Mr. DeFalco. 10-pin wiggled, and it jiggled, and it higgled, and it dingled, and it niggled, and it didn't fall. Yes, I made up some words.
That 10 pin did a lot of work before it didn't fall.
People swabble, but sometimes they don't fall down.
Kelsey looking to double. She misses left, leaves herself a makeable 1-3. So Skip, to bring you into the conversation for a minute, let's talk about something you know a lot about. Who's going to win the main event tonight at WrestleMania? I mean at SummerSlam.
What exactly is the main
I am.
event?
I don't know. You are. Who are you wrestling this evening? Well, let's...
It's going to be Brittany versus Matt in a ladder match. And there's going to be a microphone at the top of the ladder.
What about the cage match?
Oh, DJ. Greek Church.
It's going to be the first ever East Earl horse buggy match.
Well, what about the how about the Brock Lesnar Randy Orton match? Who's going to take that?
That's really hard to guess.
I think Brock wins.
I think you have to take Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Allie makes the spare tonight. Let's see here. She could strike out for 149, but Kelsey already has 163 after 9 with her handicap. So Kelsey will be the champion in the handicap division. Kelsey Krieger. And over here, right now, DJ is on the ropes with those 2 opens in the 6th and 7th. Solid 10. Ripped the wrap, left the 10, but did not get one. Skip, what about the heavyweight championship title match between whatchamacallit and
I think whatchamacallit wins. I think at the end of the night, the night in general is going to blow to Finn Balor.
DJ makes the 10th pin. He finds himself down by 25. He's probably going to need a little help from DeFalco.
Jarrett's,
No. Go ahead.
Jarrett's looked very strong here in these last two matches.
But it's been DeFalco's history to let people back in matches late. He's bowling in step ladders like this. Let's see if he can close it out today. Frame 8, up by 25.
Shaker 7.
Light hit, leaves a 7. Lucky he didn't leave the 5 with it. The 5 was the last one fall. But leaves himself an easy spare to maintain. Well, he'll be up by 24 with the spare.
Jarrett hooking there a little, made it a little testy there. I'll just shut up. I was thinking about two other things when I said that, so.
Yes. Does one of them have to do with the lovely Stacy who's sitting at the broadcast table?
I'd be in trouble if I didn't say yes.
By the way, the final score of the handicap match, Kelsey beat Allie 170 to 125. Kelsey.
She beat her scratch.
Yes, she did.
Who needs handicap?
Matt does.
Jarrett now up on lane 3. Oh, comes up high, leaves the 4-9.
This is what DeFalco does. I've seen it many times. He lets people back in the match late.
That's a bad break.
Looked like he got that shot a little bit in. It definitely drove in the backside of the lane. A little amped up.
One could have fell.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Let's see if he can make the spare. Ooh, good try by DeFalco. He's sitting at 163. So here's what happens, ladies and
Have the
gentlemen.
possibility.
Up a top. If both bowlers can strike out from here on in, I'm going to bet that they don't, but if both bowlers can, we'll tie at 193, ladies and gentlemen.
Matt's giving the death.
Matt's giving us like, how did you figure that out so quick? It was either that look or the, how do I get my rev rate above 56 look?
DJ now up on lane 4.
Shaker 8 pin. Well, still have a possibility of a tie. It would be at, not in the 190s at this point, it would be in the 180s or below. Oh no. Oh no, that was a whiff.
Huge mistake there by DJ.
Yes, he just may have handed the championship to DeFalco. He's going to need to strike out at this point and hope Jarrett gets less than 9.
On both balls. Between two balls.
Yes. If he doesn't strike here, he gives the title. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. DeFalco wins on the bench. Okay. We are going to have award presentations, then we are going to mute the microphones, and we are actually going to move the camera. We're going to try to move the camera and not lose the feed. And we're going to do post-game interviews on the live stream where you can actually see us this time, not just hear us. So, Brittany, before you leave us, any words of wisdom for anybody watching us right now that would hope to bowl on the professional tour someday?
Make your spares.
So, in other words, it sounds like you're saying to practice spares.
Yes. Sometimes striking is just tough. You gotta leave something makeable. Make the spare. A lot of the times, it's the difference between missing a cut and cashing.
And what was minimum cash this year on the women's tour?
Minimum cash, they cashed 32 spots guaranteed every stop, and it was $1,200.
So, you miss a spare, it could cost you $1,200,
Yes.
which means there's no donation to the Daniel Althoff Scholarship Fund
That is correct.
for missing spares. So all you little kiddies out there, practice your spares. Strikes will come. You have to practice your spares. Now we will turn it over to the great, in his own mind, Matthew Himmelreich, to do the awards presentations.
Okay, bowlers and parents, that concludes our first PJBT of the 18th season, our first major of the year. Present our final awards, finishing runner-up in the scratch division, receiving a $200 scholarship certificate and award goes to DJ Brown.
DJ Brown, your runner-up in the scratch division. What did he get? 200, I believe? Is that what he said?
$200 scholarship there for DJ Brown, finishing second.
Congratulations, Mr.
And for our first major of the season, our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, getting a $150 scholarship certificate and award goes to Allie McGinley.
Hey, I believe both my picks were correct.
Yeah, I'm 0 for 2 as usual.
Okay, and now it is time to hand out some hardware.
One statistic you can always count on if you want to win a PJBT,
Our
tell us to not
champion
pick
for
you.
the scratch division for our first major of the year,
Just like when
receiving
you go
a
to the
$300 scholarship
That's what
and the first place glass bowling pin for a major title goes to Jarrett DeFalco.
By the way, before it's story time, let me just say, for those of you thinking about leaving the live stream, don't, because after the interviews, Skip is going to announce what the pattern was today, and it's an interesting one. What?
And our winner in the handicap division. She was the top seed for most of the day, receiving a $300 scholarship certificate and the first place glass bowling pin goes to Kelsey Krieger. All right, we're going to get a picture with our winners, and then we'll send them back to the live stream to do some interviews with our guys back there. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our first event for the 2016-17 season, and we'll see everybody next Sunday, live stream and all for the finals at Palmyra Bowling Center in Palmyra, PA.
Okay,
Thank you
Brittany's
very
going to
much.
be leaving us now. Thank you, Brittany. She's got to get some pictures. She's got,
You're very
or actually, Stacy's probably going to be taking pictures. So you can sit here and look pretty for a little bit while we set up the camera.
I can.
I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Stacy's got the phone, so I'm out of the job.
And then you gotta, you're gonna have to look.
Congratulations.
We're going to take both views in 1 minute.
I don't have a signal.
Okay.
Now I do. Okay, you have to move it back.
I can't move this back.
What'd you think about that?
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
You're fine here. You have plenty of headroom.
Yeah, but how about move it over there and angle it?
You do that.
Because I'm trying to get everybody. Mr. DeFalco, come join us.
All right. How we doing?
And we're back with our Scratch Division winner of the opening tournament of the 18th season of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, Jared DeFalco. Jared, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How many tournaments now have you won?
That's number 3.
3.
First major though.
That's good. $300 richer.
Mm-hmm. Feels nice.
Does it?
Really nice, actually.
Cool.
It was worth the trip up here.
Definitely. It's always worth the trip. It's always fun. I always have a blast, win or lose.
Where do you live?
Leesburg, Virginia.
Wow. What house do you bowl out of?
Bowl America Woodbridge now.
What do you average down there?
This is my first season bowling there in the leagues, but usually in tournaments, to be honest, it's around 240. It's kind of walled up there, to be honest with you.
At least you're honest.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Mr. DeFalco, why aren't you bowling in tournaments down there? Why do you drive all the way to Pennsylvania to bowl in tournaments?
Number one reason is the competition. It's a lot more stiff up here. You know, it's not like back home where I can just run people over shooting, 730. You shoot 730 here, you're gonna come in like 3rd, 4th, 5th place. And that's what makes the tournament fun for me. It's not fun, just competing with one other person. And Connor aged out this year, and he was my only competition down there. Really, so I'm gonna start coming up here a lot more often this year, for sure.
Excellent.
So hopefully more titles to come.
Well, you're certainly off to the right start.
Definitely.
Tell us a little bit about this pattern today you saw out there. You had no idea what it is. You still don't know. Tell us a little bit about what you went through today battling it.
Well, first game it was really tight. It was really tight the first game. I shot 200 on the nose. It didn't start out with a lot of shape at all, so I'm thinking it's pretty flat. Outside was out of bounds all day for the most part. I couldn't really play outside unless somebody was using like 360 grit. I started on like 40, and I stayed left all day. Just made different ball changes, give it some air time. It was definitely a tough pattern. It was one of the tougher ones until about game 3-4. That's when it got a little bit open, and then it started getting really dry during match play. So that made it kind of tough. If you couldn't get left and you couldn't, get a little bit more speed, you're gonna struggle because the fronts were gone. There was no front part of the lane anymore. And you had to be left of 4th arrow, I would say. At least I was. Most everybody I watched was left of 4th arrow. But I'm sticking to my guess. I think it's a women's pattern of some sort.
So in your opinion, we picked a good pattern for today?
Definitely. It was definitely challenging. It wasn't, walled up to begin with, which is nice. Usually, if it's like a house shot, you're going to come out the gate with 270. And then you find yourself having to average 250 to make match play, and it's nice to bowl in the sport patterns, especially up here.
Excellent. Well, we hate to break the news to you, Jared. It's not a women's pattern.
Oh,
it's not a women's pattern.
You can stay tuned for about another 4 minutes, and you can find out what the pattern is.
All right.
Last question before we let you go, and the most important question that you get asked: who is your favorite PJBT personality?
My favorite PJBT personality.
Yes. She would not be a PJBT personality.
I gotta go with PA Fats.
I gotta write that down. I gotta keep track of.
I was actually gonna recommend you say that because he's been dissed about 6 or 7 times today.
Gotta make him feel good.
Thank you, Mr. DeFalco. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for stopping by with us.
It.
Congratulations on your win today, and hopefully the start of something big this year for you.
Hopefully, going for it all. That's fun.
Trying to get the pattern information.
And now joining us, this person's shorter.
We can still see her though. She's doing all right.
Yes. The handicap champion. We'll even let her say her own name.
Kelsey Krager,
Kelsey Krager. And how old is Kelsey Krager?
12.
12 years old. Is this your first tournament victory?
Yes.
Yes. Well, first we would like to congratulate you. This is one heck of a tournament to win.
Thank you.
The kickoff tournament to the 18th season of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. Kelsey, where exactly do you live?
Greencastle, Pennsylvania.
It's a pretty far drive. Nobody from around here wins tournaments anymore, Skip.
That should be a little bit of a challenge to all the bowlers in this area.
Yes. Yeah, they got to step up their game. You know, if I knew you were coming from Greencastle, you could have brought me a pizza from Vincent's out in Pittsburgh.
Probably wasn't the first thing she thought about today.
So tell us, what did you think about the unnamed oil pattern out there today? How did you attack it?
Just tried to hit one mark, and if it didn't work, then move till I found the right mark.
That's a very good way to do that.
That's what I would have done.
Yes.
That's actually a good answer.
Yes. So what bowling center do you bowl your leagues in?
Lincoln Lanes.
Lincoln Lanes. Well, it's not that far.
No, not.
What do you average?
102.
102. You definitely averaged a lot better than 102 out here today.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I think
Means
she
we're
wants
getting
to
better.
bowl at 222 Dutch.
I think so.
Yes. You want to say hi to anybody out there in YouTube land?
My aunt, and that's all I know who's watching right now.
Would you like to say anything to mom and dad?
Thank you.
Is this your first year bowling PJBTs, or?
I did a little last year.
You did a little. Okay. Do you know any of the people that run the tournaments?
A little.
A little. Which one of them would you say is your favorite?
Us girls have to stick together, so I would say Brittany.
Brittany. Wow.
That's a fine choice.
Yes. We're gonna keep trying. I'm not used to people not saying Skip. I don't know what's going on here. Well, we would like to congratulate you for finishing first today and taking home the $300 scholarship. How does that feel?
Good.
How do you think you're going to celebrate?
Go out to eat dinner.
Where are you going? We might, if you're buying, we're going.
I don't know.
Oh, well, what's your favorite place to eat?
I have a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. We'll talk to your parents and find out where they're going. And we'll, Skip and I, we don't eat a lot.
We like to eat.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you here in our winners' conversations a lot more often this year. You're going to be joining us a lot more, right?
Yeah.
By the way, what grade are you going into?
7th.
7th. When does school start?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh boy. Well, you're going to get home and go to bed. So we won't keep you more. Kelsey, ladies and gentlemen, the tournament champion. Thank you for stopping by today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Brittany, come back down. Brittany's gonna put back on a headset for a second, since she and Skip helped choose the pattern.
Yes, we sure did. We tried to
Yes.
make a good, educated decision.
This is the part that everybody's waiting for, about what pattern it is, and we will post the pattern up on the PJBT Facebook page in a few minutes. Let me first say, we want to lead up to this a little bit to keep the viewership up. Call all your friends and tell them to view in. You told me about 10 days ago what this pattern was, and I looked it up on the Kegel website. The first thing that I thought of when I see it is the load distribution was very interesting. Typically, on sport shot patterns, you have a lot of loads in the front of the lane, so they're really loading up the oil on the front, and then they really taper off quick. Like you might see 6 loads in the first 8 feet, then you might go like 6, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way down to the buff. This didn't do that. Did you guys even bother to look at this pattern before you chose it? Okay.
Nope.
No.
The load distribution for this tournament went like 6 or like 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. So you didn't have a lot of oil being laid in the mid lane, but as it tapered into 12, down lane, 12, and then I think it was 13 or 14, it started to lay more oil again. So you actually had misroom to the left, down the lane front. You didn't have misroom in the mid part of the lane. You couldn't play out at all, obviously, which was a little surprise to me in this bowling center because it hooks. So basically, for those that hook a bowling ball, you had to basically play inside on the front part of the lane, but get the ball outside around the puddle of oil that you guys decided to put down lane. You guys really don't care. You just want to announce. Flip a coin, see who's going to announce the name of this pattern.
We should get Matt to announce the pattern.
I don't think he knows how to say it.
No.
So, do you know the pattern now, son? Okay, don't say it. We're going to drum roll, and then when is he going to say it? The pattern name is
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza. Now
40,
every
40-foot pattern.
40 foot. Now everybody could run to the Kegel website and see what that pattern is and what it did. It definitely played very fair.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. It was an excellent, excellent choice for the first tournament of the season. I got to commend you guys for not looking at it. Why did you guys pick that? This is an interesting, quick little story because it's only going to take about 4 words. Why did you guys pick this pattern?
Actually, I knew we were using that pattern as soon as I saw it because I knew there was no way Matt would know how to pronounce it. That's actually that's the reason why we picked it.
Yes, definitely.
Because when
points why we picked it.
when I wrote it down and gave him the paper, he looked at it and said Chicken Itza.
That's like some food at Pizza Hut or something.
That's a topping.
Yes, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, one last time, your tournament for the opening season of the 18th, opening tournament of the 18th season of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour was?
Chichen Itza.
Chichen Itza. It will be posted. Yes, it did. It will. It played just like it. It will be posted online shortly, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's time for us to wrap it up because I got to pack up all this stuff. Now that we have a new computer, new headsets, it takes a lot longer for me to pack this crap up.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, thanks. Thanks, I appreciate it. Any final words of thoughts? Brittany?
I think it was a good tournament today. Everything seemed to run smooth. No really problems. Very good.
Skip.
69 entries in the scratch division, 39 entries today in handicap, 108 entries total. Awesome turnout for the first event of the year, and hopefully this is something we can keep going.
Yes.
And I appreciate everybody coming out today, and I hope everybody enjoyed it today. I thought we gave them a challenging pattern, and we definitely made you get out there and put your bowling shoes on.
Yes. Well, I have nothing to add. So, once again, I started this with saying, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what you are about to witness, you should not try yourselves. Leave it to us professionals to handle the broadcasting duties. So let me say, for the guy who's stuck in an accident somewhere on 222 South, Travis Boom Boom Sparks, we got Matt, we got Stacy, we have the lovely professional Brittany. To my left is Skip Moyer. I'm PA Fats. Until next week, from Palmyra, Pennsylvania, this is the PJBT signing off.
Good night, everyone.
See ya. Watch SummerSlam. Bye.